Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey there. Let me start by introducing myself because I think I'm a fresh face for y'all, and then I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to what we're going to be learning today and over this course, and I'm going to help you out in creating what we're creating today. So firstly, hi, I am Nihita Chavda. I am an artist and an art tutor. I've been an art tutor for about 4 years now. So what is an artist? Firstly, let's talk about that so that you know a little bit of what I do. So an artist basically is anybody who paints, does watercolor painting, acrylic painting, oil painting, any form of sketching, drawing, all of that. All of that is what an artist does, and that's what I do. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and teach that to you too. So now let me go ahead and introduce you to what we're going to be learning today. So today we're going to be focusing on something called botanicals, and that's what is going to be the main theme of our course. So it's going to be 8 classes where you're going to learn all about botanicals. But firstly, let us understand what botanicals are, because a lot of you are, must be very confused. What does this basically mean? But it's really, really simple. Botanicals is just a complicated word that is used for things like leaves, plants, flowers, fruits, vegetables, trees, things like that. Yeah. So it's just very, very fun things that you find around you, nature related things that, you can see outside your window, everything that you have around you. We're going to learn how to, create them on paper with different mediums. So what are mediums basically are things like pencils, sketch pens, crayons, paint, all of that. Those are all, the tools that you use to create something on paper. Those are called your mediums. So in these 8 classes, we're going to be using botanicals like I explained earlier, and we're going to use different mediums, and we're going to go ahead and create different beautiful pieces. So what I want you to keep in mind is that you're going to get a certificate by the end of the 8 classes if you go ahead and attend each class, and if you go ahead and make submissions for each of them. And they're going to be fun things every single time, and they're going to be new things every single time. So we're going to start from basic, and we're going to go ahead and take you to a little complicated space where you're going to be even doing a little bit of painting when it comes to the same theme. So attend all of your classes, make all of your submissions, and also one more bonus point: every single time you make a submission, if you're doing a wonderful job, I'm going to go ahead and pick the top 10 for that. So you want to get selected for that top 10, don't you? So go ahead and attend each of the classes, make your submissions, and you will get a certificate by the end of the course. Yeah. So I hope you guys are with me and you guys are super excited to go ahead and do this. Yep. So let's get started. The material list was mentioned earlier, and I hope you have all of those things around with you. If you don't, then get up right now and hurry up and get all of the materials that you need. So I'm going to start teaching you what we're going to be doing, and that time you can grab your material list because I'm going to take you step by step. But firstly, I didn't talk about what today's topic is going to be. I spoke about the whole course in general, but I did not speak about today's topic. So let us talk about today's topic. Today's topic is just a really, really basic fundamental part of botanicals, which I think any of you can guess and tell me what it is. So go ahead, give a super easy guess. It's something really simple. It's a 4-letter word and it starts with L. So think about it. Can you guess what it is? All right. So whoever guessed it, it's leaf. We're going to be going ahead and drawing different types of leaves. All right, today. So let's go ahead and start. Yeah. All right. So let's first start with the material list that you're going to be using. Then we'll go ahead and we'll start with the process in which we're going to be creating the picture. So first thing that you will be needing is a book like this. So any sketchbook that you have at home, a drawing book, anything that you have around with you, if you have that, you can use that. If you do not have a drawing book, then just go ahead and take any A4 size sheet of paper. So a drawing book like this. So this one, the size of this drawing book is a A4 sheet drawing book. If you do not have an A4 sheet, you have a smaller sheet or you have a larger sheet, anything, that's completely okay. Just a normal sheet of paper, nothing fancy we want over here. The next thing that we're going to be needing for today's class basically is a simple pencil. Any pencil that you have at home is completely all right. Just grab one and just make sure that the tip is sharpened. You do not want a very, very blunt tip. Just make sure that it's a little on the sharper side. Yeah, that's what you're going to be needing for the first two things. The next thing that you will be needing, as I'm showing you right here, is a ruler. Now, why do you need a ruler? The ruler is because you're going to be going ahead and dividing a sheet into 4 parts so that you have compartments within which you are going to be drawing. Now, the compartments is just going to make it easier for you to understand how big or small you want to draw your leaves. A lot of the times we get a little confused on how big or small, and because of that our hand gets a little shaky here and there. So in order to make you comfortable and not have you get stressed out about how to draw, I want you to have a ruler which we're going to be using. So definitely grab that ruler. It doesn't have to be a big ruler, just so that you can go ahead and draw a line. So as you can see here, I've showed you how to divide your sheet of paper. So the first thing that I did was, you can see I've gone straight and then sleeping, right? So take your pencil. If you're not sharpened your pencil, go ahead and sharpen it right now. Have a nice sharp pencil. And the second thing that you need is your ruler. And like I showed you, you want to draw a straight line. Yes, and then a standing line, that is, and then a sleeping line. So what will happen by drawing a standing line and sleeping line? We're going to have 4 parts to your page. So you can see how I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I'm taking my sail, kept it in the center. I'm going to go ahead and draw a standing line. Perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and do a sleeping line. Perfect. And now you can see I have my 4 boxes right there. So standing line, sleeping line, it's a cross like there, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I want you to bring your sheet to this space. Take your page, go ahead, take a sharpened pencil, take your scale, standing line, sleeping line. I hope you are good with this. Take your time to do it, kids. If you need to take help from your mom or dad, just go ahead and do that right now so that you have a nice division on your page. Once you're done, we're going to move ahead and do the rest of your drawing. So we're going to draw your leaves. Okay, I think all of you are done drawing your boxes. So we're going to start off with the first leaf in the first box. So I'm going to show you which box, don't worry about it. But first thing that you want to know is how we're going to go ahead and draw a leaf. So there's going to be a really simple leaf, nothing complicated. So if you've never drawn a leaf in your life, no problem, you're going to learn it right now. So let's start. So as you can see, what I have done is I have gone ahead and done a curve. So the curve basically, like you saw, I went from the top and I have gone to the bottom. So let me just show you that once again. So you can see I'm starting from the top corner and I'm going ahead and doing a curve towards the bottom. So this is going to be the first step that you have to do, curve. So go ahead and do your curve. Once you're done with the curve, I want you to take your pencil and mark out those 2 points. So as you can see, I've left a little bit of space on top, and at the end, I haven't left any space, and I've marked out 2 points. So go ahead and mark out these 2 points as you can see. Very well done. I think all of you have gone ahead and marked out your points. Now what we're going to do is you're actually going to form the leaf. So the way we're going to form the leaf is basically we're going to go ahead and do the 2 curves on this side. We're going to use the points as a reference on how to do it. So let me show you how. So as you can see, starting from that point, curving like so. Perfect. As you can see, we started from the point on the top, curved it down. Perfect. And then for the second, same thing. Started on the top and we joined it. So you can see how those reference points made it so simple and so easy for us to go ahead and do the leaf. So go ahead and finish up that second curve right there. So you can see this leaf is basically going downwards. That's what our way we want to go over here. So now you can see I'm showing you what we're going to be doing next. I'm going ahead and making pointers in the center. So I am going ahead and doing 4 pointers in the center. So the center line, 4 pointers. And like I said, our leaf is moving downwards. So what we want to do is we want to draw the center veins and lines of our leaves. And we're going to go ahead and use those markers to do it. So let me show you how we're going to do it. As you can see, down, 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 and down. Perfect. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and done the curves moving downward. So I took the pointer, just started with one side and moved the curve downward, 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 downward. And now we're going to do the same exact thing on the opposite side. Now make sure from the top, you want to go downward. As you can see, down, 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 down. And what happened was we have those center beautiful lines. We had the markers that we used it to go ahead. Now here at this point of time, just make sure that your leaf is looking as if it's going downward. A lot of the times your lines may have become straight, may have become curvy, little slanting here and there. You know, you might have made a mistake. So anywhere, if you think you've gone ahead and made a mistake, take your eraser at this point of time and correct out your mistakes. You want your leaf to look like this particularly. A lot of the times what can happen is you might get confused with how your center lines are going, the center stems and the stalk is going. So if you're confused with that, just look at the reference picture at this point of time and figure out if you've made any mistake at this point of time. You want it to go ahead and have like a triangle shape in the center. Yeah, so just make sure you have that going. Once you're good with this, we can go ahead and move on to the next leaf. All right, let's move ahead with the next leaf. The next leaf is going to be super simple as well. I do not want to make it a really complicated one for you. The next one, what we're going to do is we're going to do an upward facing leaf. So this was downward. Now we're going to do upwards. So let me show you how. As you can see in the second box, I'm going and taking my curve. upwards. Perfect. Now, as you can see, I've gone ahead, taken my box, second box right here, and gone ahead and done a curve upwards. And then, like the previous leaf, I've gone ahead and done 2 pointers. For the top one, not leaving any gap. For the bottom one, leaving a little bit of gap and drawing the line. So get your page till here. Yep, perfect. Everybody's done a good job. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and do the 2 curves. So let's go ahead and do the 2 curves. Curve number 1. Perfect. And now curve number 2. All right, perfect. So this is what I want you to do. Take the help of those marker points that you've done, and you've gone ahead and done the 2 curves. Now, like the previous leaf, again, we want to do those center points, and then we want to make the V shape. So that's going to be our next step. But before that, if you haven't done any mistakes till this point, I want you to go ahead and correct it. Try to make it look exactly how it is in your picture. Now you can see I'm going ahead and doing the marker points right there. Perfect. I've done 3 marker points because this leaf seems a little smaller. So 3 marker points. And now we're going to go ahead and do the curves. So now this time upwards. So make sure to have a clear look at this. So I wanted to show you this part very particularly. The other leaf, we were going downwards. So the curves are also going downwards. This leaf is going upwards. So the curves are also going upwards. So make sure you have gone ahead and done that. If by mistake you have gone ahead and done the curves downwards, it's okay. Take your eraser, go ahead, erase it out and correct that out immediately. I'm going to wait for y'all. Yep, I think everybody is doing a good job. Yes, erased out. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and continue again for the next ones as well, upwards. Make sure, and it'll be a V shape. So you don't want to go down, otherwise it'll become a long slanting line. You want to go V shape. Curve up, curve up, curve up. Perfect. So as you can see, I have my leaf going upwards now. So that is exactly what we wanted. All right. So I hope all of you have both of your leaves like this, one going sleeping, one going, upwards, standing. Perfect. So now since you've learned how to do 2 of your basic leaves, we're going to take it a little bit of a step further. So let's go ahead and do the next one. So we're going to take the third box over here. Yep. And we're going to go ahead and draw a curve again downwards. So just like the top portion, how we went ahead and did the curve downwards, in the same manner, we're going to go ahead and do this one. Curve downwards. Now the next step, as you can see, I did one line from the side to the main line. So side to the main line. It doesn't matter if you made it a little longer, little shorter. You don't have to worry about that. Just go ahead and try doing the same way. And then one more on the other side. Yeah, perfect. Now at this point of time, if you didn't go ahead and do curves like I did, you can see all of my lines have curves. It's completely all right. You can just go ahead and do straight lines as well. So center line and then just do a V also. That is also completely fine. You don't have to worry or stress out about it looking perfect like how it is in mine. So just go ahead and do it however you like. The next thing we're doing is we're going to go ahead and mark out our marker points just like our previous leaf. So you can see marker points have been marked. Now this is going to be a set of 3 leaves. So the marker points have been marked right on top and down for that part. So that's going to be 1 leaf and we're going to go ahead and draw that out. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark the marker points for the other 2 leaves as well. So the second one and the third one. So make sure you are at this point where you've done the marker point for all of your 3 stalks. and you are ready to draw your leaves. Perfect. I think everybody's ready. And now curve and curve, and you have one leaf. Second leaf, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. Curve and curve. Perfect. And third leaf, the same thing. Curve and curve. Perfect. So you should be at this point where you have three leaves. I hope you've used your marker points to go ahead and do all of your three leaves perfectly. If one is small, one is big, no issues. It doesn't matter whatsoever. In nature, all of your leaves are of different shapes, different sizes. So no issues if you've gone ahead and made a mistake. Now, like your other two leaves, you're going to do the center marker points, and we're going to go ahead and do the V's that we had done earlier for the other two leaves. Now for this, again, the leaf is going upwards direction. On top it's facing. So again, like the second leaf, we're going to go upwards. We're going to do your lines. So let me show you how. You can see I have marked two points in each because these are smaller leaves. So two points is more than enough. So you can go ahead and do two points. If you've done a large leaf, you've done many leaves, which are very large, then go ahead and do some more. So go ahead, mark out your points. Very well done. And now we curve and curve. So you can see same as the top one, I have gone and done curve and curve. That's it. And same thing I'm going to do for the others. So anywhere, if you have any confusion, just have a look at this. This is how it is supposed to look. You're supposed to have curves going upwards, and it will all be V-shaped. If it is not V-shape anywhere, no problem. Just go ahead, take your eraser and correct it out. I'm going to wait for anybody who's made a mistake and needs to correct it out. All right, I think everybody's done a good job. All right, let's continue with our next leaf. So for our next leaf, how we started with the first leaf, I've gone ahead and done a curve line down. So very similar even to the third leaf that we did, the center line. So all three of them pretty simple, just straight line from the top to the bottom. That's it. Go ahead and do that. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and marked it out. So top marking, down marking, that's what you have to do. Again, very similar to all of your other ones. Once you've marked that out, I'm going to be showing you first without drawing just how my hand is going to go while I'm doing the curve. So just have a look at that first. I'll replay it if you need to. So see, like that. Perfect. So you can see when I did that, what basically it looks like is like a heart. So what you want to do is from the down to the top, on one side you want to draw it as if you're drawing a heart. So this leaf almost looks like a heart shaped leaves, and then it has lines in the center. So you know, it's very simple and easy to draw. So straight line, the dash, and then we're going to do the heart shape. So see how I go ahead and do that. Yes, so you can see almost half of a heart. It looks like that, half of a heart. Now the other side, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Perfect. So as you can see, same exact thing. Now over here, you can see my line over there is straight. But if you want it to look, you know, like inside how a heart has a dip, if you want that to be there, no problem. Go ahead and do that. No issues whatsoever. So this is the shape it has to look like. If you've made a mistake, go ahead and correct it out at this point of time. It might take a little bit of practice. So if you haven't done it right, then erase it out completely and redraw it. Let me walk you through the steps. Step number 1, do the line. Step number 2, go ahead and do the markers. Step number 3, like a heart, do the curve. Step number 4, do the second curve. So you've come to this point. So go ahead and do that. All right, once you've done that, let's go ahead to the next step. Next step is going to be going ahead and doing your markers again. Perfect. So you can see, depending on how big your leaf is, you want to go ahead and do the markers. I have enough space, so I've gone ahead and fit in 4. If you don't have enough space, then you can go ahead and fit in 2, 3, how many ever fit in. If you have to go more, go ahead with more. No issues on that. Once your markers are done, leaf again is facing upwards. So the V's are also going to go upwards, right? Just like, you know, the second and the third leaf. So you can see I've done one side, second side. Perfect. So now this is exactly how your leaf should be looking at this point of time. Again, if you have made a mistake with the inside stalks and they're looking too flat and they're not looking like, you know, little triangular shape, then go ahead and erase it and correct it out if you need to. No issues on that. Yep. So I hope you all are with me, because I want you to go ahead and draw it super neat, and I want you guys to make it super hard for me when it comes to me picking out all of my, you know, top 10 kids over there. So draw neatly, try to make it as perfect. I'm slowing down for you guys so that if you've made any mistakes, you know, you can correct it out and send in a beautiful submission, so that I can go ahead and, you know, get a little confused and be like impressed with all of your work, right? Yep. I hope you've done, all of you have done these 4 leaves. So now let's move on. So we're going to move on to our next sheet of paper right here. So I want you to go ahead and take a fresh sheet of paper, and like we did earlier, I want you to go ahead and do the markings again. So like we did earlier, standing line and sleeping line, both of those you're going to go ahead and do again. Go and make the division. So standing line and sleeping line. Perfect. I hope you have your sheet ready right there with standing line and sleeping line, and 4 boxes once again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. If you didn't have a second sheet of paper and you needed to go grab it, go ahead and grab it right now. No problem. I'm going to wait for you guys to go ahead and grab your sheet of paper. Yep, I think everybody has their sheet of paper. Yep, let's get started then. So for our 5th leaf of the lot, we've done 4. For the 5th leaf of our lot, we're going to go ahead with the same exact curve that we did earlier, starting from the top, moving to the bottom. Step number 2 is very similar to what you've already done. Go ahead and mark the top, go ahead and mark the bottom. Perfect. Top and bottom marked like earlier. Yes, I think everybody's done that. Perfect. And then this time we're going to go ahead and do a wiggly line. So this is what is going to make our leaf a little different. So just see how I've gone ahead and not done a simple curve, but I've gone ahead and done a wiggly line. So this is just a fun kind of leaf that's there. You do have these kind of leaves in nature, and they're very beautiful looking. They're very colorful most of the time. So that's what I wanted to include in this class, where, you know, you learn how to do a nice fun leaf, and also it's super easy to go ahead and draw, isn't it? Don't we all love doing wiggly wavy lines? So make your wiggles as big as you like, as small as you like, as close to your leaf, or as far away from your leaf, no problem at all. So start from point A, go to point B, and go wiggly wiggly wiggly. So you're going to see it again in the next step how I do it. So have a look here. Wiggly. Yep. Take stops if you want to, like how I am doing. And you can see both sides have gone ahead and done 2 wiggly lines. So you want to do side by side. Don't try to rush into it and do both sides together. Do one side first and then the second side, and you will have your leaf number 5 that we learned today. All right, so now let's go ahead and do the centers. Let's mark that out. 1, 2, 3 markings I've gone ahead and done here. And like we have discussed before, this leaf is moving upwards. So I'm going ahead and doing upwards curves. This time what I'm doing is I'm not going ahead and attaching the lines all the way till the end of the leaf or the border of the leaf. I'm leaving it a little bit in the middle, and you can completely do that. That's not an issue at all. Perfect, done. And that's how your leaf is supposed to look. As you can see, wiggly on the sides, gone ahead and done my markers, and then upward direction your V's are going. This time I'm not attached to the borders, which is completely okay. It doesn't have to be attached to the borders. There's no problem about that. Yep, I hope all of you have done this leaf. You've been drawing all of your leaves. You would have got a hang of it. So, I think you've been doing a good job. Good job, everybody. Let's move on to the next one. Let me move myself down. Yep. Taking our next box, I've gone ahead and done a simple straight line going from the top to the bottom. So simple straight standing line, nothing hard, simple straight standing lines. So these three, the last 3 leaves that we're going to be learning right now are going to be a little different from what we have done before. The earlier leaves are really, really easy and simple, but now I want you to learn more variations of leaves, right? So hence I've gone ahead and I'm teaching you how to do a little bit of a different kind. So standing line. For the next step, I want you to go ahead and do a cross across. So you can see I've left a little bit of space on top and a lot of space in the bottom, and I've done a sleeping line. So little space on the top, a lot of space at the bottom, and sleeping line. So I hope you all are at this step. Yep, good. Next, we're going to go ahead and do one slanting line and 2 slanting lines. So the steps were: first standing line, leave a little bit of space on top, a lot of space at the bottom, and sleeping line. And then from that point right at the center, you want to draw 2 slanting lines coming out, almost like creating a triangle. Perfect. All right, so just see what I did right there. So did you see how I moved my pencil from a little bit on top like that, curve outwards and then curve inwards? So what we're going to do is that's the shape we're going to be following all around the rest of our leaves. So it's going to be very simple to do. Don't worry about that at all. Just do a curve to a point, imaginary point. If you do not want to do it to the imaginary point, go ahead and do it to the last point itself. I'm just making it a little bit more complicated for you because I feel like you've learned enough and you can do this. But if you feel like you cannot do this, then go ahead and mark it to the point that you already have right there, like how we were doing earlier. So 1 and 2, but don't join it fully, leave a little bit of a gap. Then we're going to do the same thing, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 points like that coming out, 5 lines. We're going to do it for all 5. So see how I go ahead and do it next. On the other side, 1, 2, perfect. So I hope you've come to this step. So you can see 1, 2. Anywhere if you made any mistakes, go ahead, erase it out and redo it. No problem. I'm going to wait for you guys. This one is a little bit more complicated than the others. So no, it's okay. No issues if you're taking a little bit more time. Take your time and go ahead and do it. Perfect. Next one, curve, curve. That's it. Perfect. We'll do the other side. Curve and curve. It's okay if some are small, some are big, no issues. Look at Mams. Mams is also not perfect, because she's teaching you leaves are supposed to be of different sizes. No problem if you've done it in a different way. And then again, curve and curve. Perfect. So have a look what we did right there. We took all of those points coming out and we went ahead and did curve and curve every single place. So anywhere if you felt like it was a little hard for you to do, don't worry about it. It does take a little bit of practice for you to go ahead and do this. Yeah, so if you need to go ahead and join it to the dots over there. So I'm going to play this portion once again so that you get an idea again, so that you can visually see it and do it one more time. Yeah, it was something new for you guys to do today, so I'm going to walk you through it once again. So standing line, then we're going to go ahead and do sleeping line, then we're going to do a slanting line from the center point, one more slanting line, then we're going to start with the curve number 1. Perfect. Curve number 2 on the other side, curve number 3 on the other side, curve number 4, and curve number 5. That's it. Perfect. Very well done, everybody. I hope you've got it this time. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to the next one. It's going to be super easy to go ahead and do. So let's get started with this one. This is going to be easier than the previous one, so don't worry about it. So we're going to go ahead and do a simple plus first. That's going to be our first part of it. Go ahead and do a simple plus that you've learned in school, right? Yeah, you've learned it in school, right? So plus. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 simple curves. So 1, 2. Perfect. So you can see so easy that was 1, 2, where the line is 1, 2. That's what we're going to do all around. Yeah, we're going to do that 4 times. You've done it once already. Second time. It's very simple. Third time, very simple. Fourth time, very simple. That's it. So did you see how easy that was? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So because you had that plus, it was so easy for you to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to show you that one more time, just in case, you were a little confused as to what I did. So simple plus, I want you to go ahead and draw. Perfect. Then curve 1, 2, right? Then next one, 1, 2, perfect. 1, 2, perfect. And last 1 and 2. And finally, we're going to draw a stalk coming out of it. Yes, a simple stalk that's come out right there. And that's it. Perfect. You all are doing such a wonderful job. Great. And let's go ahead for the last leaf that we have to learn today. The last leaf, again, I'm starting with a standing line. This one is a really easy leaf and you all are going to love it so much. So start off with a standing line first. Then go ahead and do one side triangle, slanting line coming, one more side slanting line coming. So almost looking like a triangle, no? So standing line, then 2 slanting lines coming out like so. Perfect. Then we're going to do curve, 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 curve. So wasn't that simple and easy? Yeah. So you can see curve, 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 really simple, and I have done it so easily. So just simple curves. If you don't want to do curve and you want to do wiggly, go ahead and do that. No problem with that whatsoever. Perfect. And then 2 simple lines coming out right there. And look at how beautiful that leaf is looking. Yeah. So I'm going to play it out again. Take you through all of the steps. Straight line, slanting line, one more slanting line, curves or wiggly joining from one end to another, and then one line on this side and one line on that side. Perfect. That's it. So you should have this as your finished product. Yep. I hope you have understood how to do that. Very, very good job, everybody. You've done a wonderful job. So let's, stop playing this and I'm going to talk to you a little bit. All right. So excellent job, everybody. You've gone ahead and you've learned how to draw 8 set of leaves, right? So you've done a wonderful, wonderful job. I'm so happy with how you guys drew along, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the submission of the day. The submission of the day is not going to be anything hard. I just want you to go ahead and click a picture of what you have already done right now and upload it so that I can go ahead and, pick out the top 10. So I want you to go ahead, click a beautiful picture. If you've made any mistakes, erase those mistakes out, right? So that your picture looks the best, and I go ahead and select it this time. So I hope you guys had a fun time. In today's class we learned how to do leaves, but like I told you earlier, it's an 8-class course, right? And I want to see you all in each of those classes, right? We're going to learn something new every single time. We're going to use sketch pens, we're going to use crayons, and we're going to use paints, right? You want to do all of this, don't you? So go ahead, attend each of the classes in the course. Today itself, erase whatever mistakes you've made, click a picture, upload it, and I'm going to pick the top 10, right? I hope you guys had fun in today's class, and I'm going to see you in the next class where we're going to be learning how to draw flowers. All right? Okay. Bye-bye, kids. I hope you had a wonderful time. I'm going to see you guys with your submissions soon and in the next class. Bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app